Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. This is your April bonus reading for April 2025. You have the ring and the dog coming up first. I'm using the Gilded Lenormand. This could definitely be marriage. So the dog represents loyalty and kind of like a loyal companion. The ring obviously can represent marriage. So I feel if you're looking for love, here you go. You have the lovers, which is pretty good. Definitely could be a solid connection. This could also be you committing to something, which I think is very important for Capricorn right now. You have marriage. Are you kidding me? There you go. But yeah, I think marriage, committing to something in marriage in that sense would be a really good thing for Capricorn, because it's a little bit of an interesting time for you, Capricorn, where you're being asked to do something new in your life just based off your astrology, like new career, new direction in your life, new whatever. And, it's like if something, here's the challenge for Capricorn, right? If something has been supporting you for a very long period of time, it is scary to go do something else. And so, that's what you're committing to. The thing I will say about the ring is that this is my favorite card in the Lenormand. If you don't know, when I started this channel, I only used to read playing cards as well. And the Ace of Clubs, which is the ring in the playing cards, was also my favorite card. And funny enough, my favorite card in the tarot is the Ace of Wands, which would basically be the Ace of Clubs in the playing card reading system. So it's my favorite card, and there's a theme there. But the ring in the Lenormand can also represent things coming full circle. It's like everything in your life is adding up to one big picture. And this could be something that you are going to be loyal to, with the dog showing up here as well. This could be like a project, a business, an idea. It could be your health. It could be anything in your life. But it just looks to me like you are committing to the big picture here. You have the Three of Pentacles. Definitely time for Capricorn to put their skills on display. So if you have a skill, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. There's probably we all have something special about us, And so if you have a skill, I think it's time to put that skill on display and to start using it. That's probably the thing that's going to get you the most attention right now. And I do think standing out for you, Capricorn, would be a really good idea. Getting attention on the things that you're working on. Or if you're going to commit to a new direction in your life, getting attention on that new direction is also going to be important. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work. So, he's done a really good job, an extra good job. And the Three of Pentacles does say that focusing on quality, or the quality of the work that you do, is going to be more important than the quantity. As a person who has a billion planets in Capricorn and asteroids and everything else, I can tell you that for whatever reason, I don't know, I am obsessed with quantity, right? I produce 1 million videos a year on this channel. Now I'm choking. I have other channels, secret channels that none of you know about. And, I produce videos for those channels as well. So I'm obsessed with quantity for whatever reason. I don't know, it makes my life harder, so I like it. But what I would say is, I think us Capricorn people, if you are a Capricorn, or if you're like me and you have 1 million planets in Capricorn, we need to transition to getting a bigger bang for our buck, meaning that we do less, we enjoy life more, and we produce quality, right? And that's what I would focus on here. Your crossing energy is the King of Cups. Something about emotional connection. The crossing energy in a Celtic cross can be what hurts you or helps you in the Celtic cross. Having the King of Cups crossing with Three of Pentacles would be your emotional connection to your work. So, I don't know, are you emotionally connected to your work? Are you not emotionally connected to your work? Does your work make you feel sad? Does it make you feel happy? What is the answer? I don't know. You're going to have to answer that question. And it's definitely something I would think about. You also have this ship card coming up in your next row, which we'll talk about in a minute. He has a boat behind him here on the King of Cups, and the boat on the King of Cups represents something very specific. It represents kind of traveling or journeying into the unknown, and I think that, again, that's a little bit scary for Capricorn right now, especially if you have an establishment in your life already. Remember, you had Pluto in your sign for 20 years, almost. And Pluto in Capricorn is the death of establishment. The scariest thing for Capricorn is you've been building something for a long time, and now the universe is asking you to build your great masterpiece, right, with the Three of Pentacles, and that is scary. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, a lot of you have things, like I said, that support you, and it's like now you're being asked to go do something bigger. It's like the universe is saying, I think I've said this to you before. It's like the universe is saying, you've been to college for a very long time. It's like everything you've been working on in your life is like college. And now you're being asked to, actually go get a job. But that's also a terrible analogy, because it's not like a job. It's like you're building something bigger and better, right? And so I hope that makes sense. Next, in your area of your thoughts, or what's on your mind, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. Six of Pentacles in the area of your thoughts or your mind would also represent thinking about investing in something. Now, this doesn't have to be a financial investment, of course, and it probably isn't. With the King of Cups, it could be an emotional investment. It could just be you committing to a project. It could be you, giving your time, effort, or energy to a person, place, or a thing. The list goes on and on there, but I do think a lot of you are thinking about your investments, like where you put your time and your effort. I'm not really getting much here on the Six of Pentacles. Personally, I like the Six of Pentacles, and coming up in the area of your mind, it would say it's a very good time to pay attention. Like, if you give something energy and you get energy back, great. Keep going. If you don't, then stop. And I would just pay attention to equal give and take. Next, in the area of your foundation, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be love or a loyal person coming in for you. It could be another earth sign. You have basically everything here. Water and earth definitely stand out. King of Cups, Hermit, High Priestess, water and earth, basically. I don't like to focus on the sign, because I would say just find a good freaking person, right? I think sun sign compatibility is BS. So I would say just find a good person. But the Lovers definitely could be love. The Lovers, it's coming up in your foundation, and so it could be, inviting love into your life could give you a more solid foundation. Now, that doesn't even have to be a person, right? That could just be the energy of love that you're committing to or inviting into your life, and by doing more things that you love, that could also give you a more solid foundation. Like I said, I think that, this is quantity versus quality. When you produce more quality, you can work less, and you can have more free time to do more things that you love. And so outside of love, that's exactly what this reading is asking you to do. Next, in the energy of the past, this is the energy you're moving past. You have this jealousy and gossip. You have this ship card. It says direction and journey on it. I feel like you have a better direction in your life, like especially with all these cards. I would work with that King of Cups energy a little bit. I think the King of Cups is saying, like, explore how you feel about adventures that you could go on, or are you really fulfilled? And if you're not fulfilled, do you need to go on an adventure to find fulfillment? Now, that adventure doesn't have to be travel. It could be you starting a hobby, or, doing something else that you might enjoy. And I would definitely do that. The funny thing about that cat card is I'm getting more like independence. Like, I feel like you're saying, it's like you're more saying to yourself, I'll just do it myself. I feel like you're in this mode of like, not just kind of like getting things done that you can get done on your own. And that's what I feel that card is saying. You have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is carrying too many burdens. The Capricorns are known for like suffering in silence, right? Capricorn, it's like no one sees the work that Capricorn does, because Capricorn usually does things in the background or kind of like in secret, right? And so it's like, I think a lot of Capricorns, especially successful ones, it's like people are like, oh, they got lucky, or this or that happens, but they don't see the years of blood, sweat, and tears, right? Just because maybe Capricorn doesn't complain about it. And the Ten of Wands, I feel like, is saying it's time to remove some burdens. It's time to open up emotionally. It's time to release those, release the blood, sweat, and tears. It's time to change that story as well. Like, if you've had to struggle for everything you have, I think that the Ten of Wands is saying it's time to release the story of struggle, and it's time to like embrace the story of like, I can be successful without the struggle. And the problem with that is you have to believe it. So I think you should work on those beliefs as well. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have the Soul card, this Reframe card, and this Trust card. Yes, I feel like you are probably connecting deeper with your soul. We'll start with this card, with that King of Cups, so definitely something I would work on. It's funny that I basically just said you have to reframe your story. You know, you have that Reframe card and this Trust card, so I feel like you need to like trust that you can not struggle, or you need to believe that you that you don't have to struggle to find success. Again, quality, not quantity, right? It's like when we try to do too much, that we're basically telling the universe like, oh, I have to work extremely hard to be successful. But if we believe that what we produce will attract what we need, then we don't. And maybe that is kind of like the reframe that you need for the work that you do or the things that you are creating. Next, in the area of your very near future as well, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, of course, can be marriage. So if you are looking for love, you definitely could be, getting together with a person that you could be committing to for the long term. Four of Wands is really a card of freedom. It's a card of completion. This right here is like a finish line, and the Four of Wands can represent kind of wrapping up one stage of your life and moving on to the next. And these people are celebrating on the other side of the Four of Wands. So I feel it is like, we basically have been saying this whole time, that you need to have more fun, more celebration, more enjoyment. And I feel it's time to like open up to that like part of your life where things can be more enjoyable, more fun, more entertaining, more all of that. And that's really what I would commit to. I would also, like I said, commit to inviting love into your life. Doesn't have to be a person, like I said. It could be just you doing more of what you do love, you having fun, hobbies, things like that. Next, in the area of your outcome row, you have this card. It says you are good enough. Yes, definitely. I think you've had this card with me before, Capricorn. So, believing that you are good enough. Like I said, quality, not quantity, right? Same thing with that card there. You also have these other two cards. It says a personal issue reaches resolution. You have this card that says balance spirituality and practicality. Yes, you are very practical, so not too worried about that. But maybe, listening to your inner voice more, trusting your intuition more would be a good idea. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Two of Wands. I kind of feel good about this because, Two of Wands is a card of progress, so you could be making a lot of progress over the next few months. The next few months are pretty positive, so, I definitely feel you could be making more progress towards your goals, wishes, dreams, or the things that you're working on. You could be feeling very expansive as well, like you could be expanding, or you could feel like you are expanding in the world and getting more attention and, all that other good stuff. So, I definitely like that Two of Wands. Next, in your closest relationships, you have the Five of Swords. I do feel like some of you could be kind of like walking away from certain relationships. I'm cheating a little bit because just based off your astrology, Capricorn, I would say, it kind of makes sense to me that I think some Capricorns could be looking at those people who just don't share their vision, or, those people that tried to limit you or speak negatively about the things that you're doing. I think you could be walking away from those types of people for sure. Next, and the other thing I'm getting is like he's the winner. Excuse me. He's the winner of at the front of the card. It's like sometimes you tell people that you have done something successful, and they kind of have that look on their face like they're not happy about your success. I think that's popping into my head here with the Five of Swords, that you could be really cutting those people out that are like that. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Hermit. So you could be feeling like a hermit, I suppose, but the Hermit says you need to get out and be social. He's standing in isolation, but he needs to come out of isolation. And, I always say that it's very tempting for the Hermit when he's been through something to stay in isolation, because he's kind of like protected from the world by staying in isolation. So I do feel it's time for you to like shine your inner light, especially with that Three of Pentacles. I feel that Three of Pentacles is really saying it's time for you to like share what makes you special, time for you to share what makes you stand out. Your outcome is the High Priestess. Yeah, very intuitive time. So any intuitive messages that you're receiving, any dreams that you're having, any visions that you're having, I think all those things are going to be very important for you to pay attention to. The High Priestess, she has no roof over her head. And, I think something people forget about the High Priestess is she's the card of unlimited potential. There's nothing that she can't accomplish. So I feel, if she sets her mind to it. So, I think that it is time for you to exceed your own expectations, Capricorn, which I think is a good way to put this reading. It's like you're not playing small anymore, and it's time for you to like get out into the world in a big way. And that's exactly what I would do if I were you. So let's clarify this, and let's see. With the King of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, you have the Moon card. The Moon is a period of uncertainty, and it's like fears, fantasies, illusions. But I always say that the Moon is part of the Fool's journey. He needs to get from here down to these mountains. And what the Fool needs to realize is eventually he will find clarity. And, eventually the Moon will go down and the sun will come up, and he will be able to see where he's going. But if he never gets started, he never will. So I think that's like an uncomfortable truth about life, is that if we want to do something, we have to be willing to get started, which, a lot of people have a hard time with. And, if we, of course, like when we start something, we're not going to know what we're supposed to do or what we're supposed to, accomplish and all that other stuff. But if we just get started, eventually we'll figure it out. So, I kind of get that energy on that card. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, it's time to get started. The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot that is not making a move. He needs to plant seeds in this field behind him, and if he plants those seeds, they will grow. So, it's time. You have been thinking about doing something. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. And it's time to take action on something, which I feel I say to you a lot. With the Lovers, you have the Devil, which could be you, needing to open up to love. I also feel I'm cheating a little bit here, but again, based off your astrology, it wouldn't surprise me if you have a couple of devils in your past as far as love is concerned. But again, with that reframe card, and also the Ten of Wands for sure. And what was this other one? Oh yeah, the Independence card. It doesn't say Independence, but the Cat card. I was feeling very independent on that card. I feel like these cards are saying, it's time to change that story. It's like, maybe something happened to you twice. Like maybe you were cheated on twice, or maybe you were, someone broke up with you twice, or maybe you were ghosted twice, or whatever it was. And I feel like that's what you have to release with this Devil card so that you can have something good, especially for those of you that want love. With the Ten of Wands, you have the High Priestess again. I do feel, again, I'm getting potential here, and I feel this happens a lot to Capricorn. This is a very Capricorn thing. I'll just say it, Capricorn. It's like sometimes I think Capricorn climbs the mountain. You find a certain level of success in your life, right? And then you kind of like stay at that level and you don't climb that next mountain. And so you climb the mountain, you get to that level, and then you start going down. And then you have to climb another mountain, right? And so this is like, this is according to Chris's crappy astrology here. I think this is a very Capricorn thing to do. And what I would say is that I think the trick for Capricorn is to realize, number one, that you're a sea goat. You're meant to climb mountains, but you're good at it. You can do it, number one. Number two, I think for Capricorn, it's not so much about grinding, right? You might think to yourself like, oh, if I'm always climbing mountains in life, I'm going to have to grind. And it's like, no, it's not about grind. It's about, once you climb one mountain, it's about saying, okay, I learned this, and this through this experience, and now I need to maintain it. And now there are some other lessons to learn by climbing another mountain. But I've already kind of like set this level that I'm at right here, and I just have to maintain it. So it's like more about maintenance than anything else. And also I would say a good thing for Capricorns, as a Capricorn person myself, is like systems, right? Like I've known a bunch of Capricorns in business, and including myself. Not that I'm a Capricorn, but still. And, a lot of them, they kind of like get into this habit where they have to like do something to get business, where they have to grind, and they just do it all themselves. And you have this Independence card, the freaking cat, that's showing up in your reading. You need to be more like a dog, not a cat, is what this reading is saying, Capricorn. It's like a dog has friends, A dog wants to play and have fun. And I feel that you kind of like setting up systems for yourself, if you have a business, even like hiring people, which I know is hard for Capricorn as well. My mother had to beg me to hire an assistant. I get it, and it's been the best thing I've done in my entire life. So made my life 1,000 times easier. Now I hire people all the time, right? So, in a long time, what I would say here is it's about kind of like getting to that maintenance zone, coming up with a system, and getting people to help you. And that's just one example. There's like a million things you could do. With the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to the past. It's like you have to let go of the story. is what I would say. It's like not everyone is going to hurt you, Capricorn. And like I feel like saying no assumptions as well, like especially for those of you that want love. Like let's say you start dating. I feel like this is saying don't assume that a person is a devil. They might be, they might not be. Your job is to pay attention to the evidence, right? And like I said, it's like very tempting to stay in hermit mode right here, so that you don't get hurt, but you also are kind of like cheating yourself out of something that could be great. With the Two of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're very sure of yourself in the future, like of the near future. This is the area of the next few months. So maybe not like this month, but maybe over the next couple months, May and June, I think you're going to become more and more sure of yourself. Seven of Wands is my card of conviction. I kind of go both ways on the Seven of Wands. Like sometimes I feel it can be challenging because he feels like he had to rush to do something. But sometimes I feel good because he is convicted. He is very sure of himself, like on the positive side. And that's how I feel for you. Like I feel like you're becoming more sure of yourself. It's like you're becoming more confident in your decisions as well. And yeah, I just think all of that is good for you, Capricorn. With the Five of Swords, you have two cards. You have the Strength card and the Four of Swords. The Strength card is patience. The Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. It would probably be a great time for you to heal in your connections with people, or heal yourself. The Strength card is like also healing your inner voice. The Strength card is that little voice in the back of your head that says you can't do something, or you can't do this, you can't do that. But she is taming her inner voice, right? She that lion is submitting to her. So she is the one that's in control. And I feel this is really about taking control. With the Hermit, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, you are good enough, as this card said here. Yes, you are good enough. I think you are discounting your skills with that Three of Pentacles. Again, Three of Pentacles, King of Cups. Three of Pentacles is like, clearly you can produce a quality. The King of Cups crossing is you like thinking emotionally that your ideas won't be received by the world, or that you aren't good enough to do something. The Five of Pentacles has a very easy solution. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. And I really feel you always get this in your readings with me, Capricorn, so definitely something you need to do. With the High Priestess, you have the Three of Swords. I think it's time to heal, for sure. It's like love is knocking on your door, is the feeling that I get from this reading. It's like there is love available to you if you want it, but you have to heal whatever this, whatever your story is. So I don't even think this is like future heartbreak or anything. I think this is something that's happening for you right now. It's like maybe part of you wants love, but another part of you is like, oh, everybody hurts me. And I feel that's what has to change with that Three of Swords energy. Three of Swords is temporary, and Three of Swords is about forgiveness. It says you don't have to forgive a person directly in your heart. You just have to, you don't have to forgive them directly. You just have to forgive them in your heart, and that's how you move on. You have this Order card. Yeah, I was talking about process on the Ten of Wands and the High Priestess. This is about coming up with a plan or a strategy that other people can repeat, and helping and getting other people to help you. And I also think bringing more order to your life would be helpful as well. You have this Originality card. Yes, I would be trusting those original ideas. You are born right next to Aquarius. We have Pluto in Aquarius, of course, right now. Pluto in Aquarius is all about original ideas. If Aquarius is your second house, then literally how you make money will be through innovation. So, I think coming up with new ideas would be a good idea. You already have new ideas. You just need to use them. You have this Lust card. Oh, here you go, Capricorn. I know what the problem is now. I feel like some of you maybe, if you have a person, or if you have your eye on a person, you could be wondering if this is real or fake. Or you could be wondering, is this love or lust? Or you could be thinking, has this person cast a spell on me? And, I kind of feel that energy on these cards. So, or on this card, I should say. The answer is probably that it's probably both, honestly. It's like probably love and lust, which can be true at the same time. So, I don't know. I think, and maybe you have a habit of, the other thing, this is the other thing that's popping into my head here, is it's like maybe you have a habit of falling into lust or falling in love too quickly with a person or whatever. And it's like you can sense that it's happening. So the devil is causing the worries and the fears. And again, I think you just need to take your time. Or maybe you feel like you'll I'm getting a million messages here. It's like maybe you feel like maybe you don't like the feeling of losing control with a person. It's like sometimes we fall in love and it's like things get out of control, and that could be the other fear here. But again, I think that's the universe is pointing something out to you, like you need to correct that or you need to work on that so it doesn't happen. You have this exaltation card. This card basically says that the universe is blessing you at this time, so really good. Definitely could be some blessings coming in. And finally, you have this principle card. This is a card that of having principles, and maybe that's what you need to develop, is like certain principles that you live by, and those principles will kind of help guide you towards better things. This looks really good, Capricorn. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.